Hey guys, so have you, how long does it typically take you to make a t-shirt, right? Especially if you're using Cricut or some type of like silhouette or some type of, what is it called? Heat transfer vinyl. Well, what if I told you that you could make a t-shirt like in just a few minutes? If you want more info, just keep on watching. I will have some links if you decide that you want to check it out more. You can type in the keyword shirt, and I'll send you the info, okay? So what I'm doing is I am applying some ink onto the t-shirt, and it already has a design. That's what's on here, okay? So it's a silk screen transfer, and you can reuse it multiple times. All you have to do is apply that ink there. Let me see. Let me push that down just a tad bit more. I think my shirt is a bit, it's like really soft here. Let's see. Let's pull that right up. Oh no. It still looks pretty good. But maybe the next one will be a little better. I'm making a couple of t-shirts for my sisters. This one fits one of my sisters perfectly. It says, I only use sarcasm periodically, right? So check it out. So I am going to heat set it, okay? So we're gonna set that aside real quick. And let me show you how I put everything together. So I started with it already on the transfer, so I'm going to show you from the beginning real quick, and then we're going to heat set both of these t-shirts real quick. Literally shouldn't even take us more than a few minutes. So first thing you need is an ink mat. Now we have two different sizes. We have this one, which is the 11 by 23, and then we have the 17 by 17, okay? So now what you need is a t-shirt. You can also put this on tea towel. So it really just depends on what you want it on. This transfer is adorable as well, I know. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do is for my youngest sister. And I think we're gonna do the perfectly imperfect is gonna be good. So I'm going to put that ink mat right inside of this t-shirt. Now the ink mat does a couple of things. One, it protects the back of the shirt from getting the ink on it, right? From bleeding all the way to the back of the shirt. And then number two, it is sticky. So it helps to keep your shirt from moving around, okay? Now I will tell you the shirt that I just did in the green, that ink mat was not super sticky. I thought it was going to be okay, but I personally would want to redo it like with a better ink mat, and I think it would come out a little better. Okay, so we're going to set that in there. Now we're going to take our little design, a transfer, and when I do the first time I use the transfer, even if it's on clothing, I always like to fuzz it, okay? Riley is not all sugared out yet, although she has been acting like she had a ton of sugar this evening, but she didn't. But she's like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right, let's set this on here, and then I'm gonna take a quick look at it, make sure it looks good. Just gonna hold it up. Perfect. All right, now I'm gonna get my ink. Now this ink, I actually don't have too much in here. Let me add just a teeny tiny bit of water because I think maybe my ink is just getting a little on the lower side. So I'm wondering if it's just a little too thick down here at the bottom. Now I have added water, a little bit of water to ink before, and it's totally fine. Especially the white, I find when you get to the very bottom of it, it tends to just get a little bit thicker. I just totally forgot to grab another bottle, but all is well. Let's use this. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit out here on the side. And then I like to just swipe it right across. So I like to put a little bit here and then just take it on over. Hi, how are you guys doing? Yeah, this one is wiping across much better than the green one did. So I could say it might be a combination of a not super sticky ink mat, plus the ink might have been just a little bit too thick. So this one felt really well going on. Should be good. Let me put that away. Now the cool thing about ink is it does not dry really fast. So you have a little bit of time. Like if you want to do multiple colors, you could totally do multiple colors. Okay. Now my heat press is on to 350 degrees. You sure could use an iron if you wanted. Okay, so I'm just gonna wiggle this up, holding that side down. Cute. Let me move that up a little bit so I can set this in my drawer and spray it down. Now I like to go ahead and spray my transfers as soon as I use them. Spray them with some water because it will help the ink or the paste come off a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it right now as well. So what I do is I take one of our board erasers. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching, Diane. Okay, I just take my board eraser and I just wipe across the top and then I flip it over and wipe the bottom of it as well. I know you guys can't quite see down here, but just kind of walking you through what I am doing. I am cleaning front and back with a board eraser. And the sooner you clean it from using, the faster it is to clean and the easier it is to clean. Okay, so I am now done cleaning. I probably am gonna find, here, I have a napkin. Let me dry my hands off. And I'm gonna just wipe off a little bit of that, like the excess dirty water, I guess you could say, on the back of the transfer. Sometimes you get, or maybe you get fuzz, something. Just don't wipe it too hard because you don't want to wipe away any of the adhesive on the back. Okay. All right, so now that we're done with that, one thing you do, you want to make sure that your hands do not have ink on it, because if you touch something on your shirt, that ink will get on the shirt and it will stay there. Okay, so just be careful. Hi, the event was good. The event was good. Okay, now let's go ahead and heat press, shall we? So I'm gonna take our shirt. Now I do recommend probably just let it sit for like 30 minutes, okay? Let it sit for 30 minutes on its own. It will dry. I am going to attempt to take this out without messing it up. No promises. You don't want the shirt to fall on itself while it's still wet. Okay. But because we are live, I am just trying to speed up the process just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this and try and dry a little bit on here. Okay. Now, I like to use parchment paper because parchment paper you can throw away. Whereas if you use, what is it called? Like your Teflon sheet, you can use it. You just want to make sure your ink is completely dry. Okay, so just be careful for that. Now I am doing 30 seconds. I just put it on here. I press the little timer. If you don't have one of these little Cricut presses, they're really nice. This one's a 9x9. If you type in the word shirt, I will send you the link to this, as well as the little heating pad underneath the t-shirt. Okay, so this shirt is now done. If you want to, you can flip it inside out, heat press it one more time. That is what it recommends, but I find that it's totally okay with me just heat pressing it once. Okay, So it's on there, it stretches, it's not gonna crack like heat transfer vinyl does. And look how funny that is. I only use sarcasm periodically. Yes, Cindy, type in the word shirt and I will, oh, I see that you did that. There you go. And I will send you the link. Okay, so now let's get the second one done. And this heat pad, it comes in so much handy. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful. It absorbs all that heat. I can press it on here and it's great. Okay. So the second one, now my ink mat is a little bit stickier. Okay, so I am going to carefully remove my design. So this is what I do. I put my hand in it so that way the wet ink does not touch or fall on itself. Okay, and then I'm going to gently, carefully remove that ink mat, and I have to like put both hands in here and make sure that it doesn't touch or fold or fall on itself. Okay, all right, let's just hit this with a little bit of heat, not a whole lot, because like I said, we're in and out today. I have not done a t-shirt in quite a while. I plan on doing a pillow here pretty soon. I just have to get more ink, and now I understand why I haven't done ink in a while. Y'all, I ran out of all of my ink that's on my shelf. Like every jar I picked up, it was like empty, empty, empty. So I'm gonna get some more ink. If I can remember tomorrow, I'll grab the Current Jam, because the Current Jam looks amazing on the pillowcases. It's almost like that, like a burgundy or maroon color. Okay, looks awesome. So I'll grab that. Okay, turning off my heat press. Again, I am using parchment paper in between or on top of that. And if something happens and like some of the ink sticks to the parchment paper, not a problem. You can just throw away the little piece of paper and then use something else, okay? So check it out. Perfectly imperfect. Doesn't that white look really pretty on this blue? I love it. How cute. Okay, so here's shirt number 1. Here is shirt number 2. And sorry, I am on late. If you're catching the replay, make sure that you guys type in that word replay for me. Robert was trying to get us set up with our Wi-Fi, like switching some things around so the internet was a little better. And so, you know, he had to fix a couple of things around, move them around. So I got on a little late, but I am here nonetheless. All right. Well, I hope you guys like this. I love the little transfer. It comes with 4 different designs and you can do a ton of shirts with it. If you have questions, let me know. The keyword is shirt. Type that in below. I will send you the link to the transfer, the white ink, as well as the heat press, the pressing pad. All of it will be in that message that you'll receive. Okay? Yes, the She Shed is coming along. I did ask a question, so if you didn't answer my question, make sure you go and see my post right before this live. Okay? All right, guys. Make sure you go and grab your items that you need. Remember, we are still doing the giveaway. I did draw in the VIP. I haven't punched out the numbers because some of them I'm not going to punch out just yet until the end of it. But every day all the way through December 25th, if you purchase on my Chalk site, you will be entered into a drawing, and the prizes are pretty awesome, okay? So if you want info, click that VIP group link below and join there. But yes, good morning, right? Alrighty, guys, take care. Have a rest of your, good evening if you're watching live. Or have a great day if you're watching the replay, okay? All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ta, bye.